This is a video recommended to me by Jackus, not Jackus himself, but Jackus. This is made by Jackus. So, this is why are video games no longer fun? Guess we're going to find out. Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another video. Sending out a lot of love. Again, it's funny. This is the conversation you have with the boys if you got your gaming group. You know what you're talking about. Or you got your gaming community, whatever it may be, whether it be online, in person, whatever. The thing I say about why video games no longer fun, to me, it's really gonna depend on the person. Like a little bit ago, I think it was maybe 2020. Okay, like this is my little thing, and then we'll hop straight into the video. I think why this could be is it's not that they're no longer fun, but it just funny enough. I was talking about this in my Modern Warfare trailer watch over, that it just feels a little bit copy and paste, like nobody is trying to get creative on the gaming side, but it felt like that. I feel like more 2020, maybe 2018. It kind of felt like I didn't game that much that year, and then it kind of increased as the years went on. Again, of course, during the whole thing that happened during the world, we were inside a lot more, so gaming increased, I'm sure, a massive amount. But I feel like, again, this is like the thing on why I liked watching Let's Players, and I could still play a game that I watched people play for mad long. It's whatever you bring to the table. It's like there comes a point where every game is going to be like a reskin, unless we got people really digging out the creative gold mines of their ever expanding massive brains, right? They're going to be reskin games, so you have to bring fun to the table. Like me and my boys, we would just get into a game, and like we would be the fun, we would be the commentary, we'd try to get a lobby to start laughing, or you have to put in that extra work to make a game still feel fun. And it's like, it's not even the game, it's just like you're playing the game, but it's almost background. But sooner or later they're all gonna be reskins. So I say video games are still fun, but it's really on you to make it fun. Anyways, let's hop into this.
Are video games still fun?
Minecraft, what was that, GTA? Fortnite?
I don't mean that in the sense of like, is GTA 5 a fun game? It objectively is. Going in as Trevor, going on a rampage still gives me a small rush of serotonin. But now the game's been out for 7 years, and a rampage just isn't as fun as it used to be, and I Alt F4 and go back to do something else. That's where I think the main problem is. Not as fun as it used to be. One of my best friends told me on Discord the other day he was taking a break from Discord and his PC as he found it boring and wouldn't be online as much. At first I was wondering what he meant. Then I started to think about what he said, and I ended up agreeing. Let me give you an idea of what he meant. How often have you finished school or work and you go and sit by your PC or console and were so ready to have some fun, and then you just sit there for hours waiting for something to happen? You have games to play, and they're good games. They're just not fun anymore. I sit here most days.
This with the Minecraft music is so sad, but I see exactly what he means. That was my whole like segment in the beginning that I gave y'all, is we were at that point with games when we started realizing it really comes from within you. Like it really like the game does play a role, but then it's like, to get over that feeling, it's almost like tricking your mind. It's like going into like a flow state or a certain type of meditation. If you trick it, you'll get over that. And then it's like every game becomes new depending on what choice. Like you could even change your choices in the game, do things you wouldn't do, fuck up on purpose. That was one thing like one of my closest bros does. He would play, so Siege is more a competitive game, right? So he would purposefully go in and play bad, but he was really good. Dude made diamond, so he would, I don't even know if diamond, really people look at diamond players like as cracked anymore, but yeah, he was diamond. So you go in and just purposely fuck up, purposely play like you're garbage or something and change it. And like someone would say like, well, why would that be fun? It's like you have to kind of make the fun, because again, I just go back to the whole thing that video games are really just reskinned at this point. Like as the age goes forward, if you don't get people like really trying to think of insane shit, like you play as like a first person shooter with deers and like, I don't know, Yar, it's his background giving me inspiration. Like, yeah, and you're in the mountainside and you could, it's like a deer game as Rust, and you can customize your own deer or like try to get creative. If that doesn't happen, literally Battlefield, Fortnite, COD, all the shooters are gonna look the same. It's just like, that's what I believe, truly
looking at
believe.
my desktop with hundreds of games on it, and I spend most of my time just on Chrome, watching Netflix or YouTube. And I don't know why. I want to play these games.
That's a fact, but that's
I
my
even open
career.
them, I never make it further than an hour before I get bored and go back to endlessly scrolling on TikTok.
Oh, hell nah.
So,
Nope.
I've been rambling
Wrong.
about things not being fun. So,
that last part you said right there, endlessly scrolling. Mindlessly or endlessly scrolling on TikTok?
before I get bored and go back to endlessly scrolling on TikTok.
Hell nah.
So,
Nope.
I've been rambling about things not being fun. So, what is fun?
It's whatever you determine. Or get to. Yeah, it's whatever you
Fun
determine.
is a very subjective term.
Yeah, it's subjective.
Ask 50 people what they find fun, and you'll get
50 different
answers.
answers. I love how he
One
said
may
that.
say roller coasters.
No! Oh, shit!
Another may say
He put that
getting pegged
video.
in the arse. It's very subjective.
Oh, not too
But
mad, bro.
I'll
I'm
throw my
dead.
2 cents in, because this is my YouTube channel, and my opinion is the only opinion that truly matters around here.
Facts.
Something is fun when you want to relive the moment again. This can be in the form of nostalgia or just going to bed with a grin on your face. I remember a few years ago when me and my friends would spend hours playing Team Fortress 2, but not the actual game. We played the man versus machine mode. I used to play it on a MacBook, and we could only play one map because that was the only one that would load on Apple products. It got so bad one night that we played it all night until the sun came up the next day.
Oh, I love those.
Furious.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't care.
I love
I
those
had
moments.
fun.
Exactly.
Pure, childlike, unadulterated fun. That was a good night. I wish I could live that night again because life was easier then. I didn't really care about anything at that point. Nostalgia is such a double-edged sword when you get older. On the one hand, it reminds you of good times in the past that you look back on fondly. But on the other hand, it reminds you of good times in the past, and it makes you sad, because you can't have those times again. Not saying that there can't be any good times in games nowadays.
I feel him there. I feel him. But that's the thing, is you could bring the energy of those good moments to the future. Like, I know this was actually funny. One of my closest bros wanted to like play Sea of Thieves or get back into Paladins or stuff like that. He had all of us downloading all these games that we really didn't want to play anymore, and we hopped in, and it wasn't really the same. Like we got spanked a couple times, won, and it was all right. But I think the better side of it was talking about the times that we would play together and stuff like that, and it was still overall fun. Like, no one was sad after. I think like that is really, again, like, just like it's your choice to be happy, it's like the same thing with sad. It's like it's your choice to get sad after that nostalgia. I think nostalgia, it still being the whole double-edged sword, is like if you choose it to be a double-edged sword, because I'm thinking about all those memories now of me playing with the boys, and that shit just makes me happy. It's like I'm not gonna then click off this video and be like, damn, we're old times now, I'm just gonna move forward, because it's not that serious. But I can see where for different people it is.
Me and
like
my
that.
friends discovered a game called The Forest a while back, and the whimsy came back. We had the biggest smiles on our faces. for
Forest is
days.
fun, yeah.
Building huge bases, fighting off gruesome cannibals, and just generally being idiots. If you want a game to play with your friends, I highly suggest playing The Forest. It's the most fun I've had with my friends in a long time.
Yeah, the Forest is what's up.
But it's still got stale. And now we almost never touch the game, except from when we all say we should play it again.
Yep.
We play it for a day straight and then never again.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't bring back the memories we used to have about the game. And that's what the problem is with modern day video games. They don't leave a good enough memory. This is the problem I have with Pokemon. Every time a new Pokemon game would come out, I would buy it. I would never know why, because some of the recent ones aren't even that good. I've recently realised it's because I'm trying to bring back those memories of Diamond and Pearl that I had on my DS as a kid. Not knowing anything about type weaknesses or strategy, and just solely training my starter to a monstrously high level, beating all enemy Pokemon in one hit. But none of them can do that. There's also the fact that we change as people over time. Games will always be just lines of code made by companies who just want to make a profit. But it's the players that change too. I know that's a cringe thing to say, but
that was
it
dope.
is true. I'm not who I was when I was 12 playing TF2 till sunrise. I'm a much older, wiser person. We can't bring back those fun memories because we aren't the same people. It would be lying to say that I'm happier now than I was when I was a kid,
So gotta
playing
create new
Overwatch in
ones.
2016 with Lewis, raging when we lost and screaming when we won. Video games have provided people with some of the happiest memories anyone could ever ask for.
That's facts.
They've not been able to fill the same place that they used to. That's why I think video games just aren't that fun anymore.
That was facts. A lot of that was so true to him, or like, you know, in a way where it's like you could see. That's very true. It's I look down at 555. That's cool. Yeah, my whole thing with the whole video games thing is, yeah, there's a point in time where I went through exactly what he was talking about, when I had to just figure out, okay, what actually is it? What can bring the fun back? And it's like, it's really internal. It really is internal. Because it's like, that part where he talked about the cringe is like, that's kind of like my cringe in the beginning of the video. It's literally that you can just look at every game as a reskin. How he said everything is just lines of codes made by a company to make a profit. It's like, yeah, it's like I kind of known that damn near like 2015 that all the games were kind of, it's like, it's really like you gotta psych out your own mind. It's weird, yeah. But I feel like now, when was this video done? Because I got this was back maybe a year later and he feels different. This was February 7th, so maybe he feels a bit different now, because I feel like the games coming out now are a little bit cracked. Like the creativeness of games coming back. Like the Quarry is one that I think the Quarry literally dropped today. I don't know though. I'm gonna go check after this video. But the Quarry, there's a few other games. I'm looking forward to the Saints Row, but again, that's a reskin, like re-asset out the ass. The Callisto Protocol, like video games are gonna hit. I really think it's just it's really how he said the whole people change, the time changes, you're not the same. It's really like, then it really just, the whole thing falls back onto you if you're going to choose to have fun. But alright, much love, Moonlight. I'll see you on the next one, and what do you think down below? Peace. Oh, also, shout out to Jackus. Good video, my man. Peace.